Alright everybody, so today the Mortal Kombat movie has officially been released, so now it is time to go over all the Easter eggs and references you may have missed. Scorpion's wife Haruni is using a kunai as a gardening tool. When Hanzo is filling up a bucket full of water from the well, you see he has the Mortal Kombat dragon symbol on his wrist. During the fight with all the other Lin Kuei ninjas, not Bihan but the ones that he sent with him, they have these masks, and I think these masks are references to drahmin. When Bihan finally kills Hanzo, he says for the Lin Kuei, which is a famous line that Sub-Zero uses in the video games. When Hanzo Hasashi has officially been gone, Raiden does his classic teleport, especially with his hand in the air. It's his classic teleport stance. When we get to Cole Young's locker room, we see a poster titled Citizen Cage and Johnny Cage himself on the actual poster. When meeting up with Jax for the first time, Jax says Cole Young took the belt off of someone named Eddie Tobias. This could be a reference to the co-creator of Mortal Kombat, John Tobias. Cole Young has been given a bracelet by his daughter, and notice that the colors of the bracelet is black and yellow, which is describing the two colors of the Shira Ryu. In the scene where Jax saves Cole Young and his family from Sub-Zero's attack, Jax also has the Mortal Kombat symbol, but on his lower abdomen. When being brought to Outworld, Mileena discusses breaking the rules and the Elder Gods being angry about it. And then they approach a statue of Goro. And then Shang tells Mileena to send the reptilian sizof, which is actually Reptile's real name, and we know this because in an intro dialogue between Raiden and Reptile from Mortal Kombat X. In the room where Sonya Blade and Cole Young are discussing the actual Mortal Kombat tournament, Cole Young looks at a newspaper and we see the Matoken warrior Nightwolf. Also, there is another picture on the wall that Sonya is pointing at, and one of them resembles a statue of Kotal Khan. When Cole Young is in disbelief about this Mortal Kombat tournament, he discusses how combat is spelled incorrectly, which has been highly controversial ever since Mortal Kombat has been released. The only reason Kano has a marking on his neck of the Mortal Kombat symbol is because apparently he slit the last guy's throat, and that is one of Kano's signature moves, is throat cutting. Hey, you've made it this far. Why not subscribing and clicking that bell so you never miss another one? When Cole Young asks Sonya if she has a Mortal Kombat symbol somewhere on her body, she says no, and then Kano does the famous wah wah. And then we see a glimpse of Reptile using his invincibility and his acid pour. When we finally see Reptile for the first time, and I think it shows reference to his Deception Armageddon design where he was a literal lizard. When Kano kills Reptile, he does his famous heart rip fatality from MK1. Kano's knife has a black dragon on it, symbolizing his role in the Black Dragon clan. When Kano gets hit with Liu Kang's fireball, he calls Liu Kang David Copperfield, who is a famous American magician. When they arrive at Raiden's temple, we see the stone with the great Kung Lao, and then we also see one of the demigod Taven along with his two parents. And then the other one that we didn't see in the trailer was Goro ripping the great Kung Lao in half, and that is how the last tournament ended. When in the training facility, when they're finally training to see what their powers are, Kano walks past Shinnok's amulet. When training Cole Young, Kung Lao says the famous phrase "Test your might," which is a minigame that has been in most of the Mortal Kombat games. When Liu Kang and Kano are fighting for the first time, Liu Kang does a sweep, and this is a joke to how overpowered sweeps were in the original arcade of Mortal Kombat. When Cole Young asks how Liu Kang found out what his powers was, Liu Kang references how Bo Raicho trained him and Kung Lao at the Wuxi Academy. When Kung Lao kills Natara, we see he did his famous buzzsaw brutality where he puts his hat in the ground, it does a buzzsaw move, and then he pushes the other person into it. This is a reference to his fatality from MK9 and MKX. Before killing Kung Lao, Shang Tsung says the famous phrase, "Your soul is mine," which we've seen in the old Mortal Kombat movie way back when. When everybody is chose to fight one of the Outworld warriors, Jax and Reiko are set to fight in the pit stage. Along with this, Jax kills Reiko by using his famous clap brutality. Cabal taunts Liu Kang during their fight, and he says, "Did I cut you?" This is a taunt that he uses in MK11 as well. When Liu Kang finally kills Cabal, he says the famous phrase, "Fatality." Cole Young's family have been captured / frozen the same way as Hanzo Hasashi's did, and we see this from flashbacks during the scene between Scorpion and Sub-Zero. When Sub-Zero was about to kill Cole Young, Scorpion shows up and he says the famous phrase, "Get over here." Sub-Zero makes an ice clone of himself, which is one of his most iconic moves, the ice clone. At the end of it all, Scorpion kills Sub-Zero by doing his famous toasty brutality when he takes off his mask and just a flaming skull appears and then he just sets him on fire. And then the final scene of the movie where Cole Young says he's done with fighting, and then his coach asks him where is he gonna go, and he says Hollywood, and then he says, "What's in Hollywood?" And he says, "Not what, who." And then the camera pans over to the Citizen Cage poster that we saw in the movie, which is highly referencing that we will see Johnny Cage in the sequel. Anyway guys, that is all the things I found in the Mortal Kombat 2021 movie. Let me know what you guys have found. If you found anything else, let me know what you guys thought of the movie. I thought this movie was fantastic. It meted my expectations, and I really hope there is a sequel.